kind of.
I've got the script.
Oh, he's got the script. Welcome to the Source War issue 50. Big 50 people. The big 50. How?
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Yes, all good in the hizard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, I wasn't
good.
here last week. I wasn't well, but I'm better now. Me and Chocolate was looking after me, and the guys were sending me happy, like comic book prayers. So thank you.
Yeah.
So tragic.
It's good to have you back, though.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, the full team's back
Oh my god!
this year.
Episodes.
Yeah, 50. I know, right?
Yeah, we're getting on in age. We're getting on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're getting on.
Us grown-ups.
Is it,
I
right?
remember when we were in our infancy, things were a mess. We didn't know what we were doing, trying to crawl, and now we're walking, and now we're running with gusto.
Wow.
We've got scripts and stuff, t-shirts, and figurines and comics. I still got these bloody neck curtains, but it's okay.
Well, we still got a ways to go, but we'll get there.
We still got our comics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on?
So, yeah, what's first? What are you doing?
Let us know what you thought about. You went to see a film recently, right?
Who, me?
Yeah. You.
Oh, you want me to get? I was like, what? What film?
What film?
I went to see Dragonball Super Broly.
How could you go and not tell us that you were going?
For real. I know, right?
My brother invited me and my child to go to the cinema for a J Best outing. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So
fine.
the J Bestesses went and we did our fizzang.
How was it, man? I was pretty upset when you say, "Yeah, we're going to see it." Like, oh, tell us. You know?
Do you know what that movie wasn't even supposed to be on because it was only that was a Saturday. It was supposed to be done from Wednesday or Thursday, or whatever it was. It's only supposed to be in for one day. So, no, don't usually give like company shout out, but shout out to Surrey Keys, boy.
Surrey Keys, right around the corner from me as well, man.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Them hood picture houses.
Anyways, the movie was sick. Do you know what it was good about it? Because it kind of did. We had the Bardock story in there. We had Goku's origin. We had like a little bit more on Frieza becoming like supreme ruler of the universe or whatever he is, and how that happened. And also they revamped Broly's kind of origin. It was really good. They fit in a lot in that movie.
Nice.
They fit a lot in that movie. And then once we had like kind of like, let's just for sake of argument call it Broly's origin, with all like what happened with Planet Vegeta and Broly and his dad and Frieza, whatever. We go to Earth in like current day, and it just starts off with Goku and Vegeta fighting, and I was like, "This is already I'm on the edge of my seat." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was supposed to research this, but I forgot because the cinematography, the animation is amazing. It was so good, and I think my brother said I was supposed to research this so I could say for sure that it was done, the animation or whatever was done by the people who either did One Punch Man or My Hero Academia. And Isha, you can attest to this, that those animations are just so on point. I don't know which one of the two it is, but either or, the animation is so on point. And just the fluidity of them fighting, and like me as a martial artist as well, I love stuff like that. And finally, Broly is canon to like Dragon Ball, because all those old movies where you saw Broly, those were like just they just did those movies as like cash cows, but now he's like a part of the Dragon Ball mythos.
Was that the same with GT as well, right? Dragon Ball GT.
GT isn't canon at all. I mean, it was years ago before Dragon Ball Super, but now it's not, because that didn't have anything to do with Akira Toriyama. I think they just had his base ideas in there, and then they took it in their own direction.
Right.
But I never really liked GT. It had some good concepts, but whatever to that. But the movie the movie was just, I was on the edge of my seat. It had the story was pretty good. Obviously, it's a kids movie, so the pacing had to be rushed at points, but it was basically just a full on fight for like an hour and a half or however long that movie was.
That's all
you
I
had,
like.
you know, it's like, oh, Frieza stole the Dragon Balls. Oh, we better go get the Dragon Balls. And Frieza shows up with Broly and his dad. Hey, Broly, go fight. That's Goku and Vegeta. You hate them. I hate them. Go fight them. And then it's like Vegeta fights him. And then Vegeta was raw, his fight as well. Like, Goku, he just likes the challenge for fun. Vegeta's like, no, I'm killing this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I always like about Vegeta. He's just vicious. Because
Vegeta is my guy. He's my favorite character. Like, he's my me and Rich. We talked about this when we went on the Bloods, and we said why, but Vegeta is my dude.
Yeah.
And Vegeta is so my dude. And then their fight ends, and then Goku fights. Oh, Goku's fight with Broly.
Not too much spoilers because this is.
I'm not spoiling it. I'm not spoiling it, but like
FOMO before. But right now I'm experiencing this millennial feeling of FOMO.
I'm just saying, if you've not seen this movie, go out and see this. Obviously, you can't go cinema now, so you have to wait for it to come out on DVD or Sky. Yeah, right.
Or Netflix. I think
to do the right thing and pay for it online.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've got Netflix. It'll probably come on Netflix.
Actually, Resurrection.
Yeah,
Resurrection of F is on Netflix, so it'll probably come out on Netflix. So you know.
Yeah.
But I really liked this movie. There was another character that I'm not going to spoil that they introduced and made canon, which was good because that character was never in the main story, but now he's canon. So we could, when Dragon Ball Super comes back, like the actual show, we might see that character again. So that would be fun.
Right. So does this pick up off the back of Dragon Ball Super then? So
literally after the tournament. Excuse, I hate saying literally after the tournament of power.
Cool.
Right after the tournament of power, it carries on and right on from there, and it was good. It was really, really good.
Nice.
And it felt long. It didn't feel. Sometimes when I watch Dragon Ball movies, I'm like, oh, it's over already. But this one felt. To me, it had a nice pace. It went on for a bit. So
nice.
You know, I feel like I got my money's worth. Some of you adults with your kids, need to look. I took my son to his first film. It was The Croods when he was about 5, and I sat him down before the movie started, and I said, "Boy, the movie's about to start. Shut up,
boy."
You don't talk in. I call him boy. I was calling him boy before Kratos.
Do you know why that's funny? Because that thing you said earlier.
The thing we said yesterday.
Just to
they're having a guy moment.
No, it's Bird Box.
Bird Box, yeah.
Bird Box.
Bird Box, yeah.
Yeah, she calls the son boy.
She calls her son boy.
Daughter girl. Yeah. But what are they called again?
Screen Junkies.
Screen Junkies. They did a trailer for
Honest Trailers. That's it. Honest Trailers.
And there's
starring Atreus.
Yeah, there's a game called Gods of War, and he calls his son boy as well. But he's a big guy, and he's like boy. So they're mixing those two together. So it's like boy. So
I was busted of it. But getting to my rant.
Mm-hmm.
I taught him from young, like, don't chat during the cinema unless like you really have to. Do not chat in the cinema.
Yeah.
So he's well behaved when I take him cinema. He's 11 now, very well behaved. There's kids in the back that won't shut the. And the dad is like, he's encouraging it. I'm like, oh, Rich, remember when we saw Star Wars? The people behind us, tell your picnic them, shut up.
No, I'll fully turn around and tell you to be quiet. I don't care who you are. I'll be like, look, maybe you're not about this life, but I am in it. Shit, fuck up. Sorry, I do apologize.
No, we accept that swear. Shut the fuck up.
All right. Sweet. So it's a definite need to watch, yeah? How many nerds would you give it out of 5?
How many nerds? It's Dragon Ball. I'm gonna give it about 3.5 nerds.
3.5? All right.
Because it's Dragon Ball, you know. It was there's always room for improvement with Dragon Ball. That's the thing. It's like it's great, but it's not great. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, you're gonna love it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like the casual viewer might think, oh, that was alright. I wasn't. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
As a Dragon Ball fan, which I have been since I was like 8 or whatever, I'm about this franchise.
Alrighty.
So,
Cool.
Nice.
Do you want to talk about that comic you read as well?
Yeah.
How was it? I didn't get a chance to read it.
Oh, you haven't read it?
No.
So I can't do my highly noted spoiler review.
No, you can spoil it. You can spoil it, man.
All right. Well, it's called Naomi, and first of all, I need to wait. Hang on. It's called Naomi. It's the first issue. It's by Brian Michael Bendis and an artist that I've actually started just following on Instagram because he's dope. I love the artwork that much. I had to find him. His name is Jamal Campbell, and he does the illustration and the covers. Sorry?
Mm-hmm. I said, big up Jamal.
Yeah, big up Jamal because he knows how to draw his sisters. Look at that.
Woo,
I love her face. Like, I think she's drawn so well. Let me see if I can find. This is probably my favorite picture. I don't know if you lot can see that.
Nice.
I just love her face.
My sister has a hair like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably why I like it because Fee, Boo Boo, she wears her hair like that as well right now. Actually, that's probably why I like it. I never even thought about it. Oh yeah, I never even thought about it. But yeah, she even puts the beads in her hairs and everything. But anyway. It's written. Sorry, it's written by
two guys walking in Comic-Con. Just give them a big hug and a kiss because they're about their life and we love them. And thank you.
It's by Brian Michael Bendis and David F. Walker, and Jamal Campbell does the illustration and the cover art. And basically, what it is, they live in this town called Port Oswego. Now, there's a real place called Port Oswego in New York. But I'm not sure if this is like a made-up DC Port Oswego.
Right.
But basically, there's basically Superman and Mongol show up for about 5 seconds and trash like their kind of main part of their town, like their main high road of the town. And it was literally like 5 seconds, and then they're off. And everybody's like, "Whoa! Like nothing like this ever happens in this town. It never happens." And Naomi missed it. She was so upset that she missed it. So she kept asking her friends, what happened? What it was like to see Superman? And they're like, one of her friends, she's like, oh, I got it on video. And Naomi's like, really? She's like, yeah, it was like 2 seconds. When you see it, obviously you can't see it because it's a comic book, but when you see her image, it's just like a little blur on her phone. And she's posted it on her, for sake of argument, let's call it Instagram or Facebook. She's posted it online. And it's got like 3 views or something like that. I thought that was fun. There was real attention to detail because there's probably people in the metropolis that see Superman all the time. Get proper views. And this nothing town, this girl posted, it's like got like 3 likes or 3 views or something like that. I thought that was really good attention to detail. Actually, it was 3 views. Just looking, it was 3 views. So they had a fight. Naomi becomes obsessed with basically talking about Superman showing up, her missing it. She goes to see her psychiatrist, and her psychiatrist is like, the reason you're probably obsessed with this is because you can relate to Superman. And she's like, what are you on about? No, it's because she said because you want to be Superman. She's like, I don't want to be Superman. And a therapist is like, not in that sense, but you do realize that he's adopted just like you. Obviously, this therapist doesn't know that who Superman is, that he's Clark Kent, but she means adopted in the sense that he came to Earth. Earth adopted Superman. That's what she meant.
Right.
So then Naomi kind of shuts up. It's like, huh. So she's at work, and then she gets a text from her friend saying, he's here again. So she runs out of work, and then Superman comes to basically clean up the mess he made.
Oh, bless.
But she missed it again. She missed it again. She literally just saw him fly off. So she's like, oh, what happened? What was he doing here? And her friends are like, oh, he came to clean up. He's just that, he really is that kind of nice guy. So the town is all buzzing at the fact that Superman showed up. And they're all saying, you know, nothing like this happens in this town. And then she's talking with her friends about that, because they're excited. And then one of them mentions, you know, there was a guy, I forgot the character's name. I can't remember the character's name. I should have wrote that down in my notes. But one of her friends mentions, oh, something actually like this did happen around 20 years ago. And then her friends are like, no, that's an urban myth. And then one of her other friends is like, no, let's say his name was Dexter. Dexter told me before he died. So obviously he's dead. So that's like, you know, dead men can say anything. Yeah. So Naomi becomes that much more obsessed because she wants to find out what this thing was that happened 20 years ago. So between her and her friends, they ask all the adults that they know, what's this thing that happened? What is this rumor that happened similar to the Superman thing 20 years ago? And all the adults are like saying, oh, nothing happens in this small little town. Nothing happens. And then the next day, Naomi's just standing in the high street where everyone's cleaning up Superman's mess, Superman and Mongol's mess. And she's looking at all the townspeople. And then she clocks one guy as a mechanic. And she's like, D. So she goes over to D. And he's like, you know something. He's like, can I ask you, do you know anything that happened to this town before the Superman thing? And he's like, look, Naomi, I don't want to talk about things that I wasn't there per se. I know what happened, but I don't want to talk about it. She's like, oh, come on, tell me. And he's silent to her. And then what was it he says? He basically says something did happen. He didn't say what, but he gave her a timeline. He goes, it was like around 17 years ago. She's like, wait a minute. That's around the time I was adopted. And he's like, yeah. Then it ends. I was like, and the thing is, I was only gonna get this for the first issue and then wait for the graphic novel. As soon as I read that, I went and I pre-ordered issue 2.
Sure.
It's so good. And what I like about, you know, DC Comics is all about superheroes and fighting the bad guy and all of that stuff. This is just a teenage girl who's a bit curious. Do you know what I mean? And I love the illustration. I love that, you know, it's a black guy drawing a black girl and she looks like a black girl. But I also like the majority of her friends that are white, but her best friend is like curvy. Like they didn't draw particular they look like real people. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's a mixed group. So I think some of them like Spanishy looking. She's got a goth friend, a curvy pink-haired friend, and what was the others? This kid looks like Mexican or whatever. She's just like it's a mixed cast. I like it because it's realistic and the artwork, guys. The artwork, I love it seriously. So I'm excited for this book. I've read a lot of comics recently because I'm trying to catch up. I really enjoyed this one. If I was to give this 5 geeks, I'm saying geeks because I don't like nerds. If I was to give this 5 geeks, I would give it 4.5 geeks. Yeah. Hands down, 4.5 geeks.
So swallow proud.
It's so swallow proud. So yeah, that's me. That's what I've read. Some other stuff. I read Shazam issue 2. I don't know if you read it yet, Rich, but that was
not yet.
That was pretty good. I'm not going to go into it, but that one's definitely worth a read.
Yeah.
And I read Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue 2 yesterday.
Yeah, that was good, right?
That was funny. The bit with Johnny Storm. Can I just say about the bit with Johnny Storm, where Spider-Man calls him round to watch those kids? He's like, who are these two? It's like, oh, these are 2 kids. I need you to watch them. He's like, are they mine? I'm like, why would you ask that?
It's pretty funny, man.
Every reason to ask that. Every reason.
I always forget that Johnny doesn't know that his secret identity as well.
Does Johnny know his secret identity?
I'm sure he doesn't. Does he?
I'm sure he knows. Because I'm sure he knows. Maybe not. Because he was Spider-Man.
Because he bought the thingy off from him, didn't he? He brought the building, right?
Yeah, so he would have had to do it as Peter Parker.
Yeah,
so I'm sure he knows. And remember, Spider-Man was part of the Fantastic Four for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Johnny knows who Spider-Man. And plus, remember, he went to his apartment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So, but that was a really fun read. If you people out there, if you want to kind of more down to earth Spider-Man title to read, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is right at the beginning. It's only on issue 2.
Yeah,
grab that. Go grab that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what else have you guys been reading?
Do you want to go first, Isha, or should I?
Okay, I've only got a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been reading Injection.
Ooh, I love that cover.
I know, it's cute, right? It's really good. The lovely lady at Gosh Comics recommended it to me. Because you know when we said we're gonna try and just do some ones that we're not familiar with, or look at one and be like, I'm just gonna pick that one and just go for it. So yeah, the lady at Gosh Comics is another Image, obviously, comic installment. Basically, it's about no kind of superhero-ishy type thing. It's more to do with like technology, folklore, and almost like intense mental geniusosity. I'm inventing a word, I don't care. So you've got these 5 people. One's a secret agent, one's a computer, like high-level computer hacker, one's a biologist scientist, one's a complete mental genius greatness, and then the other guy's like a folklore, they call him like a cunning, so he mixes or like high levels of biological science with almost fairy tales, if that makes sense. So it's a weird, so basically they came together back in the day and they invented which they called Injection. They invented AI above what it was. So what they did is, not only did they create consciousness within a computer, but they created consciousness within a computer that can manipulate physics.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. When I was first reading it, I was like,
what? Because that's how I am right now.
Yeah, I was like, you turn the page, like, okay. It's one of those gripping books where you're like, am I into this? And then by like the 5th page, you're like, I'm into this. Why am I in? Like, it's just, it kind of just, every now and then it kind of sucks you in. But yeah, no, like, the story is getting very in depth, and there's loads of layers to it, because obviously each member of this group had an integral part in creating this kind of like AI, which they called Injection, and they got like this tattoo. All of them got this tattoo on them to, as a staple for recreated life, whatever. But yeah, I like the kind of, me, I love weird, sketchy, rough, like drawing.
Yeah.
So I like that it's dark and moody, even though
gritty.
I'm like but yeah, no, it's a good read, and at the moment we're just finding out obviously backstories on each person, how they came together, and as well they solve crimes that this AI is committing. Like in one page, the AI takes over someone's, like it implements itself into like a human being's body, takes over, kills it, but the human is still able to talk because it's trying to communicate with its parents. There's one scene where it's like, oh no, I just kind of wanted to communicate with my 5 parents, even though they don't want to communicate with me. How have you all been? And it's just like, this fucked up. Like if us lot created something through, I don't know, like a charger, and the charger started like manipulating cats, and it's great. But it is a good read. It's kind of like a little intense, which is really good. So if you get a chance to read this, pick this up. It is a very good book, and I will be buying the other installments because it's just weird and wonderful and a bit gruesome, which is always good in a comic.
Nice artwork there, man.
Yeah, show that again, please.
This one, it's really, really good.
Oh, that's
it's
really
naked,
good artwork.
but it's fine. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, look at that zombie penis.
Yeah, just noticed that as well.
But yeah, no, if you get a chance to, if you like anything kind of mystical mixed with science and, AI trying to take over the world, then go for it. Pick up Injection. It's a really good read, and I'm very happy. So I would say at the moment it's a 3.5 out of 5, only because there's a lot to take in and I still have to dissect it. And when you read something and you're sitting in your room for like 10 minutes going, yeah, but if you start hypothesizing about just random stuff that you just have no business talking about to yourself. So yeah, if the book can do that, that's great. So yay. 3.5 out of 5 so far for
coolio.
Injection.
Sweet.
Nice.
There we go.
What about you, Watson?
What have I been reading? I've been reading Guardians of the Galaxy #1. So sorry, let me just
get some agua. Oh,
so
gentleman like.
Basically, what's happened is this is a new team now. This isn't the old team with Rocket, Gamora, and Drax. So
dear. I feel a shift coming.
Quill's in it.
Quill's in it.
Yeah. Basically, what's happened is so Thanos is dead. Gamora killed him. So is Drax apparently as well. They both died.
Oh my god.
He died in Infinity Wars?
Sorry, I just got to what you said. Gamora killed them.
Gamora killed.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
No. Gamora killed Thanos.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drax is in like another dimension. He's dead. So, yeah. His daughter's back. I can't remember her name actually, but she's got another female lover with her as well, and they're back. But basically, what's happened is it's pretty sick, man. This book was so sick. So basically, what's happened is because Thanos is dead, his brother Eros has got everybody together, and I mean like everybody. So he's got the Krees, the Gladiator, the everybody, literally every villain or every possible like the Shi'ar. You know Cyclops' father as well. His old team.
I forgot his name. Yeah,
they're there. So he's pretty much brought everyone there. Beta Ray Bill, Silver Surfer, everybody's there. Yes, he's sick. Basically, he's doing Thanos' eulogy. So he's like, so he turns it on, and Thanos is pretty much like gloating in a sense that everybody must be there. Somehow I've died, and this is like pretty much Thanos all over. He's gloating and making fun of them, and basically he's saying that he's done a contingency plan. So what he's actually done is he's downloaded his memories and his essence to another body. So his consciousness has uploaded, and it will be implanted into another body.
Okay.
So you find out that's the reason why Eros has got everyone together, because he's like, you know what, we need to find the next Thanos, who's gonna, whoever this body is, we need to find it before that consciousness goes back into it. So he's got like a list of different beings, different people it could be. You've got Thanos, you got Venom, you got the Hulk, you got Thor's father, Odin, you got Black Nick Fury, everybody's there, Loki, Miss Marvel, even Mephisto's there. But the number one suspect is obviously Gamora. So he's like, Gamora must die kind of thing. So everybody's kind of needs to get rid of all these possible people that could handle Thanos's consciousness. So during that time, you're on the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, and they're going to nowhere. Basically, it's just Groot and Peter Quill. And Groot is pretty weird. Groot's got like, he looks like a punk. Like he's got a punk hairstyle with his tree. He's got spikes coming out all over him, and he's just sitting.
Is he like in his like early like 20s, or is he just like?
Yeah, he's pretty much like that. He's pretty much in his punk teenage age.
Punk teenage, yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's basically what he's doing is just chipping away at it himself. So there's bits of sticks flying all over the ship, and Quill's like, stop doing that, man. It sticks everywhere. But they get to nowhere, and nowhere isn't there. So we don't know what's happened with Nowhere. So basically, what's happened now is so during all this conversation, Cosmic Ghost Rider is in it as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, while they're all talking about Thanos, he's like, I need to read this as well, man. I really need to read the Cosmic Ghost Rider. But so basically, who says it? So it's anyway. So he goes, the kid's got a point. Hell, you start walking down that path. So all right, let me read it. He goes, she goes, I knew it. I wanted to kill that lunatic the first chance I had when Moondragon and I arrived in this insane universe. And Fela, she said, Moondragon says, Fela, no, what are you saying? Heather, Eros is right. Look at what Gamora's did with the Infinity Stones. She interrupts, so we're hunting people down because of the actions of their parents. I mean, we have no evidence. We're just going to take Thanos' word. Does that sound sane? And then Cosmic Ghost Rider is like, kid's got a point. Hell, you start walking down that path, then he could be any one of us in this room right now. I mean, Thanos coming to his own funeral to watch folks fight over him wouldn't be the craziest thing I've ever seen. And he even makes a point earlier. He's like, he should have shot the damn baby in the face. back in his comic, he pretty much was raising Thanos.
He raised him. Yeah.
So
didn't work out too well.
Nah. So
that was a really good read. Really
yeah. So while they're having this conversation, suddenly Nowhere appears and starts attacking their ship. So everyone's going into action. You got pretty much a Silver Surfer taking the lead, and he's saying, "Look, this is a robbery. We need to, because Thanos' body is actually there without the head. So Silver Surfer's like, you need to protect the body. So he's telling Beta Ray Bill to actually, look out for the body, make sure no one grabs it. And then you find out it's the Black Order that's actually attacking them. They actually went to Nowhere, stole it, and then come to ambush the funeral of Thanos. So during this time, Peter Quill and Groot is still near Nowhere, and you've got the Nova Corps. This bit is so funny. You got the Nova Corp like just hanging around because it kind of answers all the questions that we're asking. So the Nova Corp's like, okay, where did you last see Nowhere? And he's like, here, kind of thing. And they're having that little banter about Nowhere, here, where's here, things like that. And then he's like, he's like, oh no, sir, it's not sir, it's Captain Peter Quill. And he's like, oh no way, Star-Lord, right? He's like, no, not really. He's like, you still with the Guardians of the Galaxy? Where's the crew? Where's your crew? It's like, Drax is dead. Gamora is a villain. I guess I don't know. This is Groot. And Groot can speak now as well.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, he doesn't just say I am Groot. So he's like, sup. And he's like, what about the little? It's just like, sup. Like, what about the little guy, the Rocket Raccoon? He's like, oh, it's like, we don't talk about Rocket. It's like, crazy, your ship, crazy, your ship's still the Milano? He's like, the Milano is gone. New ship is registered as the Rider. It's like, after Richard? It's like, no, Renato. It's like, what?
Oh, jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
So he's like, so looks like you're onto something. Nova Corps picked up some energy readings a few light years outside of Chitauri, that Marcus Centauri. Basically, he's saying, looking like it's heading towards that big meeting that's happening out on Thanos' ship that we're all supposed to pretend isn't happening. And he's like, wait, what meeting? Thanos, what? And Groot's like, oh yeah, we got invited to that. He's like, Groot, you didn't tell me about it. He's like, what? It seems lame. So he didn't tell him. He's like, what the hell? So they all fly off. There's some mad fight going on. Silver Surfer, everybody's fighting. Then Black Order just blows up a black hole mine, so everyone's kind of getting sucked in. They manage to steal Thanos' body. Just in time, the Rider comes, and Nova Corps there as well. So, like I said, Beta Ray Bill's there. Everyone gets sucked in, and as the Rider turns up, you just see the Hammer, Stormbreaker coming out of there, and it's chained up with Ghost Rider's chains as well. So he just pulls it. It's such a good scene. It's such a wicked scene. And then it comes in, they grab it. Finally, the Nova Corps there, and they're like, "So we have some questions. We got to check your file. We got to check your shit." And he's like, "Well, you can't really check us because you don't have the right paperwork. You need a warrant to enter the ship." And he's like, "Well, where is it?" He says, "I'm afraid you're gonna have to relinquish everybody to them. So you've got to give up Beta Ray Bill, Ghost Rider. Beta Ray Bill, Ghost Rider, the two women as well. I forgot their name. I keep forgetting their names."
It's Wednesday. It wouldn't be a good podcast if you didn't forget somebody.
Yeah. It's Failer and Moondragon. So Failer and Moondragon's there. So he's like, "Well, they're on my ship." So he's like, "Well, are they your crew?" He's like, "Well, yeah, they're my new crew." And Ghost Rider's like, "Wait, no. I'm not signing out to be a member of the Dam." And then you just see, bam, goes Guardians of the Galaxy. It's
man.
Wicked.
Man, I'm not sure if I want to.
Give it. I know I kind of spoiled it.
But I would read it anyway.
It's one of those that you definitely have to read.
You have to read, yeah.
Yeah, and it's why have I got Jason Aaron in my head? It's Donny Cates as well. So
Donny Cates, yeah.
Yeah, so he did Thanos before. He done Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. So definitely picked that up. The other comic I read was Avengers, Smartest Heroes, issue 13. And this one wasn't really about the Avengers. This one was about the very first Iron Fist. So it goes back to 1 million years ago.
Oh, wow. I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah, this one's a pretty decent one as well. So it just tells the story, obviously, about the first Iron Fist.
The first Iron Fist, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it tells you what happened. Basically she was teaching the cavemen how to do karate, how to fight, and it was against the rules to do that. So what they did, they brought her back and they went to the dragon pit where the dragon is, and for her punishment, they got all the people that she was teaching and threw them down in a pit. And so she can hear them dying. She knows what's happening. Then she basically breaks and goes down to fight the dragon. And it was kind of like the first time someone's confronted the dragon and defeated the dragon. So she gets banished. She gets banished for a while, and then it's just her journey about being on her own. And having the mark of the dragon on her. But yeah, it's pretty good, man. Because it ends in not much of a cliffhanger, but quite a few questionable things going on at the time as well. Because you got the Power Stone makes an appearance in there. You got Mephisto making an appearance in there as well. And it kind of connects to what Jason Aaron is actually doing with
War of the Realms. Jeez, that's gonna be epic.
Yeah,
I'm collecting that. I'm on that.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my two favorite reads of the week. Also, like you, I read SpiderMan as well. Friendly Neighborhood SpiderMan. I read the second issue of Die, which has been bloody good as well.
I need to get that.
Yeah.
Get Die and Die.
Yeah, I've not heard that much about Die, but yeah, Die is really good. Definitely recommend that. The Hulk, Immortal Hulk as well. That's been very good. Conan issue 2. American Carnage. That one I briefly spoke about on a few podcasts ago. This one was about he's a black guy who looks white, who's trying to infiltrate a right-wing group to find out who killed his I think it's his ex-partner or a police officer. Her partner died, got murdered, so she's got him to try and find out who murdered him. So wicked. And I've caught up with Darth Vader. I think it was actually the last issue as well. So I'm more Darth Vader now. Darth Vader's been sick, man. Definitely. So.
Ooh. Comics
yeah.
Those were our reviews, people. Yeah. If you like what you heard, go get some.
Yeah.
And tell us what you're reading, people. Tell us what you're reading. We always like new material. We have no time to read them, but we will soon. So yes, it's good.
I still need to check out that one that Daniel mentioned the other day. I can't remember what it's called. He's brought it up to me so many times as well.
Oh,
because apparently he got it. Sorry.
I think I know what it's called. Let me just quickly look it up. What was he saying?
Apparently we would. What's whose name?
No, what was you saying?
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say that he got it from our pool list.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah. So Blackbird. Yeah, that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
So eventually, maybe when it's a graphic novel, Volume 1 comes out, I'll probably go cop it.
Yeah.
Go out and cop that disc or book. What's next?
All right. We'll quickly go through the pull list. Pull list. All right. So for number 1, Shadowplay. This was one of your ones, actually, Isha. From Scout Comics. Done by Richard Rivera and Clara Meath. Set in a Stubberty Bunny universe, 2 ninth graders, Bard and Joy, accidentally awaken an ancient artifact, and Bard loses his shadow. When he begins to awaken, Joy calls upon his mystical contacts and discover that the two must be quickly reunited or both will perish. They must cross over into Val, the hidden realm where our shadows enjoy an independent existence, and find his missing counterpart before time runs out. Actually, that sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, got some Peter Pan-esque stuff in there as well.
Yeah,
that sounds really interesting. I like the sound. All right. Shadowplay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
was a nice one to put on the pool list. All right, cool. What's that?
Weird and wonderful.
Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What's next?
So the next one is Submerged. This one's a graphic novel, Volume 1.
Submerged.
By Vita Ayala and Lisa Sterl from Vault Comics.
Vault Comics. Who are they?
Yeah. On the night of the biggest storm in New York City history, Alicia Puente gets a call from her estranged little brother, Angel, terrified and begging for help. When the call cuts out suddenly, despite the bad feelings between them, Ellie rushes into the night, finding his broken phone in front of a barricaded subway station. Ellie follows echoes of her brother into the sinister darkness of the underground, desperate to find him before it's too late.
Okay.
Interesting.
That sounds alright as well. Submerged.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Should we go get some Submerged? Or should we move on to the next one?
Next one is Flash 63.
I can't do it.
Okay, so it's two against one. when Gemini tag teams the Flash. Do you know what's going on with the Flash, right, Karen?
Yeah.
But
I'm not enjoying this Gemini crap, to be honest.
No?
But I just want this bit. I really want this bit to move on. Move on. They introduced one cool character. But when he met Gemini, this supervillain duo, or whatever they are, they introduced one cool character, forgot her name, but she now has the Strength Force. And she's a sick character. She should get her own comic book. I'd be down for that. I'd be down if that girl got her own comic book. But anyway, go on. I digress.
All right, cool. So it's 2 against 1 when Gemini tag teams the Flash. The threat is doubled for the Scarlet Speedster when Gemini gets her hands on the Strength Force. But where's that leave Powerhouse?
That's her name.
She and the Flash must ride or die together in order to get her super strength back. But they'll have to survive the trip through the Strength Force first. Follow along in the Flash's footsteps on the next leg of the Force quest.
It's not a bad storyline. It's just I don't like those two characters. Whatever. For me, I'd be enjoying it just as much if they weren't there. But you know, we'll see.
All right. So the next one is Heroes in Crisis, issue 5.
That backside Tom King.
Yeah. So this is from Tom King, Playman, and Trevor Hairshine. I don't know why you hate that guy so much.
What?
Why do you hate him so much?
Oh my days! All right. I don't even know if that thing about Tom King is on the script. So I don't know if you want I don't even know if I want to bring it up now. Just go on.
Go on, bring it up then. What was it?
It's just a thing where I saw the podcast or heard that bit of the podcast where he's talking about how Wally West is his favorite Flash. What is? Oh my days! So why did he kill him? Why did you kill him? Oh my days! I hope he's bringing him back. That's all I can say.
Maybe he's got something planned for him.
Well, he better. I'll eat all my words if this is some sort of ruse to bring Wally West back as just some dope next level something. I'll eat all my words. But anyway, until that time, Tom King.
Backside.
You're in the burn, bro. Go ahead.
All right, sweet. So, the secret of the DC universe are hacks. Sanctuary wasn't supposed to keep records, but now that the AI is compromised, superhero secrets are leaking all over the net. Booster and Harley set aside their differences to focus on who they believe is the real killer, assuming one of them isn't lying, that is. Meanwhile, Batman and the Flash continue to investigate the mysterious murderer. The answer can be found in Sanctuary, but is it safe to go digging into the crime scene?
I have to say that the last issue was actually pretty good, where oh god, you said it just happened. Now I've gone blank. Oh, sorry, where Lois Lane exposed what happens in Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. I was like, okay, this comic is finally going somewhere now.
I thought Lois Lane was being, well, Superman was being a dick, man.
Superman was.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I don't know. He's being a dick, man. How can you not tell Batman what's going on? Like,
I suppose it's a thing where he either tells his superhero best friend or his wife. Sorry, not tell his wife, or goes on with what his wife is, what his wife has planned. Yeah, I think telling Batman, and the thing is, Batman. If he had told Batman before, because he strategically told Batman. He told Batman seconds before it was going to happen. If he had told Batman before, Batman would have stopped it. So he would have found a way to stop it. That was strategic, and that was even that in a sense. I have to give Tom King props because that was good writing because it shows he knows his characters.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? That was strategic. That was really good. That was really good writing. I liked that issue.
All right, cool. All right. So next one is Justice League Annual issue 1.
Can't wait for that. I just got my email saying that's in the post.
Nice. This one's Scott Snyder, Daniel Sampere, Yannick Paquetti, James Tynion the Fourth, Juan Albraran. Damn, man.
I need to say these names. I'm sorry. Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder, Daniel Sampere, Yannick Paquette, James Tinney in the 4th. Oh crap! I lost it all. Oh well. Anyways, wait.
Wonderful group of people on this cover. Go.
One Albaran and yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So the Source Wall has degraded too much, and the league must patch the hole right now, or the whole multiverse will collapse. Our heroes scramble for a solution and turn to the only thing that might work: the Omega Titans. The only problem, they killed the Entropy Titan back in Justice League No Justice. Whoops.
Ah, that was a dope read.
But nothing to fear. Carl Rayner, Miss Martian, and Steel.
Who's scared the cat? Who's scared the cat?
Miss Martian and Steel from the non-planet eating Titans team guest star with a plan to create a new Entropy Titan, one that's so crazy it just might work.
Okay. That's annoying because I'm behind in Titans and I'm trying to catch up. I know Carl Rayner's part of it, but yeah. But that should be a fun read. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. When we meet up on Saturday, the plan is for me, because we're meeting it for like comic book shop, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Could do
the plan is I'm gonna get a backlog of Titans. Backlog. That's my plan.
Sweet. Okay, so next one is Star Trek Q Conflict, issue 1.
Live long and prosper.
This one's by Scott Tippin, David Messina, and David Tipton.
Are they related?
It might be. David and Scott might be related. It seems they could be.
Bless you, coffee.
So, when a dispute between godlike beings threaten the galaxy, it will take all of Starfleet's best captains to stop them. Join James T. Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, Catherine Janeway, and Benjamin Sisko as they go head-to-head in a competition that will determine the fate of the Earth and beyond. Will they be able to emerge victorious, or will they be torn apart by the Q conflict? A soon-to-be classic 6-part miniseries begins here. The crew of The Next Generation, the original series, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine come together to face their biggest challenge yet. Written by Star Trek The Next Generation Mirror Broken scribes Scott and David Tipton, all the captains together for the first time.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Trek, have we all been watching Star Trek Discovery?
I have.
No.
It's been okay. It's been all right.
The thing is, as you guys know, I got into season 1 late, so I'm gonna do it on my own schedule. And I'll come to you guys later when I'm ready.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, next one. Doctor Strange, issue 10, by Mark Waid and Jesus Sayers. Doctor Strange hits his milestone 400th issue. Creative team Mark Waid and Jesus Sayers are joined by some of the best Doctor Strange artists of all time to tell a monumentally strange tale. Someone has been working in the background since the first issue, chipping away at Doctor Strange and other magicians, undercutting and depleting their magic, and their other shoe finally drops. Does Strange stand a chance against someone who can take his magic away with a snap of their fingers? I'm betting it won't be Thanos. He did.
Kills everything.
Yeah. Next one is Dead Man Logan, issue 3. Death Pays All Debts. This one's by Ed Bryson, Mike Anderson, and Declan Shelby. Mysterio means to set in motion the massacre at the crux of Old Man Logan's apocalyptic future timeline. But who is pulling his strings? The Muscle of Illusion's newest benefactors will surprise you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I've realized, because this is Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
I just found out that they're doing a Wolverine versus Wolverine.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Because
You found that out through the scripts, right?
No, I didn't actually. No, I found out from, what was I reading? One of the Marvel comics that I was reading. There's like it had all these upcoming comics that are coming out.
Oh, okay.
And then that made me think of Wolverine what was that one you just mentioned?
Death Pays All Debts, or
the Wolverine one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it just made me think of that, and I thought, clearly he's not going to die in that. Dead Man Logan. He's not going to die in that if they're doing Wolverine versus Wolverine.
Can we do a search of how many times X-Men characters have died?
Wow, I think if you're talking X-Men characters, that's going to be a few hundred, but Wolverine in particular, probably quite a few times.
Yeah, how many times has Logan died? And come back.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Okay,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Last one is Journey into the Unknown Worlds. This one, Marvel Comics. Colin Bunn, Francesca Manor, Mike McCone, Clay McLeod, Chapman, and more people. All new sci-fi story in celebration of Marvel's 80th anniversary and the comic books that captivated hearts and minds across generations. Join us for two Join us for two sci-fi stories.
There you go. Scintillating sci-fi stories. Let's put that word in
there. First, an extraterrestrial adventure by Colin Bunn, the likes of which haven't been seen in this or any other decade. And the second, A Tale of Terror by Clay McLeod Chapman, that could take place in your very own backyard. The secrets of the universe lie waiting to be discovered, true believers, and a journey to unknown worlds.
Oh.
Rated T+.
Yeah.
Those are good. Check them out, people.
Yeah.
We don't have a read. Tell us what you think. If we have a read of them, we'll let you know what we think. So,
or if you can't read, look at the pictures and tell us what you think of the art.
There you go.
It's something for everyone.
You can tell.
I guess I'll be looking at the art.
There we go.
What's next?
All right, so War of Realms.
Booyah! I'm doing that now.
Okay.
Fine.
So War of Realms is this summer's Marvel event. So if you guys
excited for this,
I'm really excited as well. So if you guys don't know, Jason Aaron has been writing Thor for about 6 years already.
100 years.
Yeah, and it has been pretty damn good as well. So he's building up to this event called War of Realms, which will take place. You'll get some tie-ins. So you'll get a Punisher tie-in, 3 issues, a Uncanny X-Men tie-in. Obviously, Thor would be a tie-in as well.
Main part of it, yeah.
Main part, and as Guardians of the Galaxy, which I need to catch up on as well.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know Karen's looking forward to it.
Yeah, boy. And the thing is, I just saw I wish I had the book next to me now, where it had all the tie-ins. But can I look at this without seeing any spoilers? Or maybe SpiderMan has it.
No,
hang on. No, it might be in my SpiderMan comic because I got Uncanny X-Men. I don't want to find spoilers in there. I haven't read that yet. No adverts. But anyway, it just looks so good. With War of the Realms looks so good.
Nice.
It's Marvel was slacking last year. To me personally, I feel like DC had the crossover events. DC had the stories that was going on. And now it's Marvel. I feel like it's Marvel's turn. It's Marvel's time to have that great comic book event. And I like that it's centered around Thor and not like Captain America and Iron Man and
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm really, really looking forward to this. Even like Black Panther, if you read the Avengers, you can tell he's kind of unless I'm reading this wrong, preparing for it as well. So
yeah, so basically, for those who don't know, when this is the synopsis of it. When the Dark Elf known as Malekith extends his vision to conquest to Earth, Thor and his compatriots will obviously do their level best to stop him. But with the Rainbow Bridge, aka the Bifrost, having recently been destroyed, Malekith's goal of invading Earth with a minimum of Asgardian interference will come a reality, forcing Earth's various heroes to step up in order to stave off an invasion years in the making. Yes.
It's gonna be good.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's especially if you've been reading Thor. I mean, Thor's been good for a very long time now.
Yes, I feel like it's gonna be one of those ones that's gonna be so many characters, and it's gonna be hard to keep up.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Collecting all of that plus my regulars, don't know how I'm gonna do it. Oh,
you got to prioritize.
And the thing is, sorry, I gave up. I didn't collect Spider-Geddon. I got the first few Spider-Geddon tie-ins, and I was like, you know what, this is long. I'm just gonna wait for the graphic novels. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it with War of Drones. But I really want. The thing is, I read Spider-Verse, so I'm okay. I was okay to wait for Spider-Geddon, but I can't wait for War of the Realms. Like, I have to read it as and when it's happening.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, when it's happening. I'm a bit lucky because I read Thor. I get Uncanny X-Men as well.
Yeah, me too.
As Guardians of the Galaxy, I've been reading a few of those as well, so I need to catch up on it. But that's been pretty good as well. So it's just Punisher, and it's only 3 issues. Well, it's 3 issues of X-Men and 3 issues of Punisher.
Yeah. So I was happy about that when I saw it, when I realized it was like, okay, I can get those 3. And then basically you just have to collect the main, you have to collect 4 and then the main comic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
It should be pretty easy to do.
I just don't like the whole, everything in Marvel being involved in the actual...
Yeah, that's the only thing that bugs me. DC does it, but it's in the more... Like, use Dark Knight's Metal, for example. They had a storyline where, like, Dick Grayson had a team. It was like Damian Wayne, Oliver Queen, and they were doing stuff. But I think that was like the only thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember collecting, like, it wasn't so much. So I was collecting Dark Knight's Metal and then this other little tie-in, but it didn't seem like so much. Whereas Marvel's like, you got to get this and you got to get. That's why I stopped collecting Infinity Wars and Infinity. All those Infinity books, because I knew it was leading to something, but it was like it was too many books. Yeah. And then the way they kind of extend it to like another storyline where like everybody got an Infinity Stone, and then their names changed, and I was like, this is long. I'm not reading this. This is so long. That just became a bit too much for me, so I just gave up. Like, if and when I feel bothered, it could be 2 years from now, I'll get the graphic novel of that and read it. But
I think with things like that, they should just focus on the graphic novel, because then it's just like they can make the actual comics as big as they want to, and just be like, here you go, because we're still gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I wish they would do it like that, because you get DC, they release books like Earth. I think it's Earth 2 books. Like for example, there's a Wonder Woman one. I can't remember what it's called. Wait. It doesn't matter. Basically, they release like these Elseworld comics, and they're like they'll do them as graphic novels instead of it always being like collect these single issues.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's better, and they sell just as well. Fans love them. Marvel could do that with these sometimes. Or both Marvel and DC with their main stories could do this, and it would be just as good.
Yeah, and then just hype everybody up with the advertising. Be like, boom, this story's coming. You know what I mean? And then you get excited and you're like, all right, cool. I need to then get these 4 graphic novels, because you know what I mean? It's just like, but
yeah.
Oh well, never mind.
Well, so moving on to the other comic book news.
Yes, what it do?
Apparently, from Bleeding Cool and the Hollywood Reporter, DC is going through some restructuring.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, so basically,
everybody's getting fired.
Yeah, people are getting fired. Jobs. Someone needs to pay for that wall. So yeah, there's a lot of movement going on at DC at the moment. Apparently, as well, they are lessening their books as well. There's they're going to release less and less books coming up recently. I heard a couple of places say that what was the imprint with Batman Damned?
DC Black Label.
Yeah. I heard I'm sure I heard it, but they cancelled a couple of them. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think.
To be honest, the Superman one and the Wonder Woman one. Are they even out yet? Because I've only seen
only Batman that's
out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Titans was cancelled as well.
Well, that's
no, that's part of their main continuity stuff.
Yeah,
but that's being cancelled because of I think just lack of sales and lack of interest. But that comic went really downhill. The only reason I'm starting to collect it now again is because I know it's been cancelled and I only got like 10 issues left to get. So I'm like, if I get those 10, I'll have the whole run. So
okay, cool. All right then.
Yeah. So sorry, I think it might have been stalled actually. The imprint Black Label. Okay. But they've also started to create comic books for Walmart and Target as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about that. Sometime last year.
So you're gonna get a lot of titles for younger, younger readers. But yeah, there's quite a few things going on. There's where is it? So they've had to let go of a few people.
Oh dear.
And they've moved some jobs around as well.
People were a bit scared if Jim Lee and Jeff Johns were going to be fired, but it turns out they said that they're not going to fire them, that they still have a place for them.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I read the article before I even knew it was going to be on the script, that was a big worry. That was a big scare for people about those two and their jobs.
So basically,
how could you leave Image? Sorry,
what the Hollywood Reporter was saying is now 3% of DC's 240-person workforce has been let go.
Wow.
Jeez.
Including high-level figures like SVP, sales trade marketing, John Cunningham, VP consumer marketing, Eddie Scannell, and SVP art director Mark Chiarello. Those are some guys who's left. The restructuring includes no small amount of changes in three big areas: editorial, which will continue to be overseen by editor-in-chief Bob Harris; production and manufacturing, which remains under the purview of SVP manufacturing and operations Alison Gill; the brand new publishing support service. The latter will handle sales, marketing, and promotion for DC Comics products, to be handled by Hank Ganals as SVP Publishing Strategy and Support Service. DC collectibles are being placed under the Warner Brothers Consumer Products toy team.
Oh wow! Okay.
So yeah, there's quite a few things going on.
Yeah, so it's the whole thing. It's not even just the comic books, like they're toys and figures and. Yeah. I missed it. Did it say anything about their movies? Did I miss that?
Not that I can see at the moment. No.
Okay. I wonder what's prompted the change. Like why? Because like I said, DC had a really good year last. I mean, figures excluded. Yeah. I know like things like their busts, like statues, sort of things. They sell like crazy, but I know their figures aren't like Marvel Legends. But in terms of like comic books and stuff like that, they were killing it last year.
Yeah, it's hard to say what the actual reasons are, but maybe they just want to go in a different direction with certain things.
I suppose so. It's weird.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's the DC news.
I think Isha just dropped out, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, no, she'll be back.
So let's have a quick talk about that Wolverine versus Wolverine then.
Yeah, so what's going on with that?
So this comes out in April. It is on Dead Man Logan issue 6. So basically, Old Man Logan is gonna be up face to face with his younger self because he is back.
Oh, so it's it's not a separate comic. It's actually Dead. Oh, okay.
So, Old Man.
Now I have to collect it.
Dead Man Logan is basically the last issues of Dead Man Logan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this will be pretty much his final outing.
So basically, Wolverine's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
I think that's a bit of a shame. Like, why do they need to fight? Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah. Hey.
Why did it? We would, as you dipped out, we were talking about Wolverine versus Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Just me that dipped out. I do apologize.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't know why they need to fight. I feel like they could have. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think there's a need for it.
But it's one of those things, isn't it? When you get two heroes together, they always fight for the first time and then become friends.
But it doesn't feel like it's going to be that. It literally feels like it's going to be, I'm Wolverine, I'm going to kill you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It might not actually be a fight to the death. Yeah, but they might just fight because they haven't actually met each other yet either. So, and he's dying anyway. Old Man Logan is dying anyway. So,
whoa, spoilers.
Well, no, it's been in the comics for quite a while.
Actually. Yeah, I know. I'm joking. I'm really behind on those graphic novels.
You're well
I'm really behind.
Well behind.
I'm mad behind. Cuz really.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking.
Storyline is fine.
What's that?
What's that?
I said the storyline is that he's dying or he's dead. So I feel like you haven't missed that much. Like if you haven't.
Yeah, no, it has been. It has been really good though. It really has been one of my favorites throughout last year.
From what I've read, the reason I stopped collecting, I didn't really stop. So financially, I couldn't afford it. But from what I've read, Old Man Logan, it's an amazing read. It really is. So I'm definitely going to finish collecting that this year, especially if.
Yeah, it's only 12 issues of Dead Man Logan. So.
Okay. To be honest, I might end up missing this until it's a graphic novel. I may as well, as I'm collecting Old Man Logan as a graphic novel, I may as well just do it that way.
Yeah.
So for me personally, it will be a while before I read this. But hey, read a synopsis.
Yeah. So yeah. That's it for comic news.
Oh, I thought you were going to read the synopsis.
Oh, the synopsis? Well, okay.
I don't wanna.
I don't actually have the synopsis up here, but basically Old Man Logan is an older version of Wolverine, created by writer Mark Miller and artist Steve McNiven, and hails from an alternate universe where Wolverine was duped into killing the X-Men by the SpiderMan nemesis Mysterio. The other villains across the Marvel Universe would then go on to finally succeed in defeating Earth's mightiest heroes. The events of 2015 Secret War brought Old Man Logan into the Marvel Prime Universe. He would rejoin the X-Men while also starring in his own solo series. The Dead Man Logan miniseries is set to be the final chapter of the Old Man Logan saga, and much like the Logan movie, will focus on a dying Wolverine going on one last adventure, which also ties into the original story arc by Miller and McNiven. This is it. This is going to be the big final Old Man Logan story. This is what Bryson told Newsarama. Logan's dying and still has a lot of unfinished business to attend to. Dead Man Logan will largely be Logan tying up loose ends like Mysterio, the man who in Old Man Logan's timeline caused him to kill all the X-Men. That's not a box that Logan's going to leave unchecked.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I look forward to reading it. I really do.
Yeah.
So, did anyone catch the Boys trailer and Birds of Prey?
The Boys trailer. That looked good.
Okay, one thing. You know the bit where the woman's talking, she's like, "Oh, welcome to thing." I instantaneously got a flash from you seen The Incredibles 2?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah. I have. Okay, so I'm not spoiling it for you, but there's a character in there who kind of reminds me of that woman, and when she's talking about the company, it reminds me of that company. I'm like, that's weird. But like, so I kind of got a flash, and I was like, oh, okay. But then obviously I'm watching it, and then the boys, it looked good. I was like,
yeah,
okay, cool.
It does look good. I never read it, but from what I hear, it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I'll read a synopsis. The series is set between 2006 and 2008 in a world where superheroes exist. However, most of the heroes in the series universe are corrupted by their celebrity status and often engaged in reckless behavior, compromising the safety of the world. For this reason, a superpowered CIA squad, known informally as the Boys, is charged with monitoring the superhero community. The name is Butcher's contribution, a reference from his neighborhood that those in power should send the Boys to handle anyone causing trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, I liked what I liked. Obviously, a lot of other universes do this. Like Valiant does it, Image does it, and what's the other one? What's Invincible? Is that Image as well? Basically, these other comics where they blatantly have a Justice League.
Yeah.
And in this story is that they clearly had the Justice League. It's like, look at these superheroes; they're so great, and blah 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 blah. And they look so. It's like they're making fun of DC Justice League, and they look so pretentious and like can do no wrong. And then at the end of the trailer, you just got the Boys, and they just give them the middle finger. Like, I really liked that. That's what sold me, because they look so normal. Do you know what I mean? Like, these guys just look so, I don't know, higher than life, but they look too perfect. Do you know what I mean? And then the Boys showed up just in regular clothes, eating popcorn, just looking not bothered about these idiot superheroes. That sold me on it. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited that Netflix is doing all these superhero shows that have nothing to do with Marvel. I'm excited for it as well. So
I'm not sure if it's on Netflix. It's actually
on Netflix.
It's on Amazon.
Is it Amazon? Sorry, my bad. Netflix is doing the other one, the other trailer. But still, I'm looking forward to this anyway.
What about?
It looks good.
What about Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn?
I did not like the Birds of Prey trailer. I will tell you why. One, because it looked like, one of them catalog swimsuits, but no one was wearing a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Like, Harley Quinn was just twirling, and I was like, she's got way too.
Come on, Mr. J.
That girl was soldiering her way up like she's Catwoman, and I'm like, okay. Firstly, this whole thing just needs to stop. I expected everybody to be on a roof somewhere, dark, it raining, everybody's moody. That's what I wanted.
To be fair, it wasn't a trailer. It looks more like they're just all getting, because that's when the filming started that day. So I think that's just like they're dressing and they're messing about rather than an actual trailer to the film. But you did see everybody that was the main people in it.
Right. What I didn't like, I'm gonna go with what I didn't like.
Yes.
What I didn't like is that, so if I saw the right teaser, is that I'm basically just seeing all these images of these women, but I couldn't focus on them. It was going too fast. But I could blatantly see Harley Quinn. Do you get what I mean? And that bugged the hell out of me. And I don't know if the listeners out there, or you two yourselves have actually read or seen any Birds of Prey. But Birds of Prey is Batgirl, Hawk and Dove sometimes, Huntress, and a few other bird-type characters from DC. In no way, shape, or form ever has Harley Quinn, the Joker's sidekick girlfriend punching bag, ever been a part of Birds of Prey. And I feel like the only reason DC has done this is that they feel like the only way that we can sell this comic, sell this movie, is with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. And I'm so sick. I love this Harley Quinn. I know a lot of you listeners can't see it, but this is a Paul Dini's Harley Quinn. Love her. But today's Harley Quinn, I cannot stand her. I'm so sick and tired of her. And I'm done with her. Like,
she's not even a bird. She doesn't even fit in. Like,
no, she doesn't.
It's just
if it was Birds of Prey, yeah, we had Batgirl, Huntress, and Black Canary. Yeah, those three. And the villains was Harley Quinn,
right?
Poison Ivy, and is her name Livewire? That would have been a sick movie. That would have been dope.
Well, I'll tell you who's in this one. It's Harley Quinn, Huntress, Black Canary, Cassandra Cain, Renee Montoya, Black Mask, and Mr. Zass. Those are the people you actually see in this trailer. If you actually watch it or pause it and slowly watch it, those are the characters.
I'll find out if Mr. Okay. I was going to say I'll find out if Mr. Sunday Movies has a breakdown. It's like, because, you know, they pause it every frame. But
there is a few people that have done that, pause it and gone through the trailer.
Okay.
And there's quite a few detail in it. In fact, Cassandra Cain looks actually pretty sick.
Cassandra Cain is Batgirl, right? Or she used to be Batgirl.
Yeah, sorry, was that not Cassandra Cain? What was it? Who is Silent? Not Silencer.
Silencer is Cassandra, not Silencer. Orphan.
Orphan, that's it.
Yeah, she was back. She used to be Batgirl.
Right, and that's
before the new.
Is that Cassandra Cain?
Yeah, before the new 52 happened and ruined everything. Batgirl obviously got shot, became Oracle. Then Cassandra Cain became Batgirl for a bit, and then the other, and then Stephanie Brown became Batgirl. But both of those two were Batgirl at one point.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, Cassandra Cain was Batgirl. So it'd be interesting to see what they'll do with this movie. They'll probably make her
Orphan. Orphan in this.
Oh, is she Orphan in this? Okay. Yeah, she's Orphan in Young Justice right now as well.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
how did you feel about it, Rich? How did you feel about it?
I mean, it looks alright. I don't really know the characters too well. The last I was reading what's it called? Detective Comics, and that was with Orphan in it, and that was the first time I read about her, so I didn't know it was she used to be Batgirl. But from what I read, she's a silent girl and she can hardly talk. I'm looking forward to seeing her character because from what I've read in
she's a really good character.
Comics, she seems pretty good, and even in she was partially in Young Justice as well. And
so it's a quick segue. Wasn't she dope in Young Justice the other day?
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Where they were going after Two-Face. That was sick.
Yeah. So she's a good character. I want to see her development or her live action character. Black Mask, I'm not too sure. Ewan McGregor, I don't see no Black Mask in that though. So and just like you said with it being Birds of Prey, but actually being a Harley Quinn movie, I just think it's a bit cheap to do something like that.
I don't know, like Warner Brothers are really, really frustrating me, and I don't know how much influence DC Comics has over this, but it's like it would be like, because Deadpool gets on my nerves as well. Yeah, I know it's blasphemous, whatever, but it would be like doing Avengers movies. Yeah, no, Rich, you can attest to this. You hated how much the X-Men movies were so focused on Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It'll be like if they were doing Avengers movies, but they're using Deadpool to sell it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what DC is like. I remember when DC released a bunch of movies that they're saying they're going to do is like Harley Quinn this, Harley Quinn that. And I'm like, why do we need? Whoa, like, hang on a sec.
Yeah,
there's a lot more characters out there besides Harley Quinn. She's a young character as well. She's only been around since the 90s. She's like 20 odd years old. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
She's the side chick. It's like, at least give us a baby mama or a wife from the.
No,
at least
for real though.
Yeah.
The baby mamas would be like the Wonder Womans and the Batgirls and you know what I mean? What like Birds of Prey should be a Batgirl centric movie. That's who you should be selling. You should be selling Batgirl. So I'm gonna, although I have my skepticism, I'm gonna go in with somewhat of an open mind, because maybe she is the villain. If she's the villain, then I might be like, okay. Yeah. But again, if she's the villain and they market her as the hero, like we don't get to see much of the heroes. DC, you're just killing yourselves. Like I can't defend you people anymore. When it comes to your movies, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. I may as well just go. I may as well just go and put Steel on. I may as well just go with Steel.
Oh my days!
Yeah. No, that's how bad it is, bro.
Okay. Well, yeah, that should be out into 2020. So they've just started filming. So guess a few people will be looking forward to it somehow.
I don't know if this is on the script. So let me quickly check.
No rush.
Yeah, no, it's not in the scripts. But did you wait? Sorry, I'm just quickly. Yeah. So did you hear? Just quickly going on to the DC stuff, that the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, whatever his name, may not even be the Joker. I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, well, he is playing Morbius. No, what? Oh, yeah.
In the Joker movie.
I heard that, but I didn't read about it. So
I didn't read about it, but I'm just saying it's still. It's just.
Yeah. I feel like this news has just made me feel like it's Gambit all over again. Are you making it? It's not making it.
No, the movie's getting made. It's out this year. I mean, expect a trailer sooner, probably around Comic-Con or something, or sooner.
Yeah.
But it's just that there's rumors. I might actually find a video and watch it and see what it says.
Yeah.
But we could talk about it next week.
Yeah, definitely. So this is a bit new. I just pretty much found out before the podcast, but Dark Phoenix has had another test screening, a third test screening, and according to Skylar Schuler, chief editor at the Disney Insider, basically he tweeted out another X-Men Dark Phoenix test screening, and guess what? I now have talked to 6 people who all went to 3 different test screenings, and all of them have told me the screenings were bad. So...
See? You don't have to do test screenings to know this. When you put Phoenix and you take out Wolverine, and then you don't, and then when they're children, I'm not even gonna get hyper-professional.
Do you know what? Do you know what's funny? I had this thought the other day, because I am so against this movie. I'm so against it. But I was thinking, because it's their last one, I'm actually thinking that I might go see it.
Oh, man.
No.
Because of like, grew up on these movies, grew up on the X-Men movies, and it's like it's their final film. But also, it's not even that. That's me being nostalgic. The real reason I want to see it is because I want to see how bad it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I just want to see it fail.
I will see it, but it's heartbreaking, man.
I want to see it fail. I really do. I just want to be sitting there with my popcorn, smiling like this movie is shit.
What will be good though is that Avengers Endgame is coming to the UK early, so we'll get it a day earlier than the US.
Only a day. That's not going to make much difference to me.
Only a day. Well, no, you always see your stuff late, don't you? So.
Hey, it is what it is.
So Avengers should be coming out, instead of being released in the US on the 3rd of May, it was brought forward to April the 26th in the UK, and it will be out on the 26th in the States and the 25th in the UK. So yeah, that'll be Thursday, April. So yeah, it should be good for us.
That'll be interesting. That's cool. I'm actually thinking I might try, depending on when it's out, I actually might try and see it on the day, or we'll see, book tickets and go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm definitely nearer the time. The
reason is because it's the last one, sort of, if that makes sense. And I can't be bothered to be doing no media blackouts. I'd just rather see the movie and then just be able to do my social mediating, whatever.
Don't complain when you man go see this film and it grosses some ridiculous amount, and then they go and do some franchise and do like, I don't know, a total.
Oh, no, you ducked out. We're talking about Endgame now. You
didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to my grandma. Okay, what were you saying? 2 seconds. Go.
So we're saying that
Endgame's going to be amazing. Okay, great. Go ahead. Sorry.
So Endgame is coming out early in the UK.
Yay! Okay, cool. Next.
We'll go through this one quick because I don't really like talking about this dude, but this Bill Maher dude, he kind of pissed people off when he was talking shit after Stan Lee died. Basically saying grown people shouldn't be reading comics. You should have grown out of that. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Who's Bill Maher?
So he's just some dude on American TV, a TV show host. So on HBO, Real Time with Bill Maher. So basically, Rob Liefeld has tweeted to him saying, "Hey, Bill Maher, appreciate your point of view. I'd like to suggest some comics written by Alan Moore or Frank Miller. The writing and storytelling is outstanding." Mm-hmm. So it's saying like Watchmen, Swamp Thing, Dark Knight Returns, and Frank Miller, Daredevil are a gold standard of illustrated literature.
The thing is, what bugs me, it bugs me when, I've said this about cartoons before, but I'll say it about comic books, that first of all, they're not just people. These people they've been educated. You know what I mean? They've taken story writing classes. They've done English lit. They're educated. Art as well. I was just going to go about the writing for now, but they're not people who just write and then, Superman flies in and punches the bad guy in the face. Do you know what I mean? It's real. Yeah. There's real writing in it. If you were to take the text that they've written and put it in a novel, it would be a novel. And that's what bugs me, is that people don't get it. There's the vocabulary used in these books. Sometimes I'm reading Fantastic Four. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But people go on like as if to say it's just that generic power whack
stereotype.
Boom. Yeah. And without even actually reading it.
Yeah.
And we'll go for the movies as examples. There's these movies aren't just taken from like that. You couldn't make a movie off of the comic books if it was that stereotype, because there'd be no material.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know why this guy's hating or what comic book fan did him wrong, but it's just pure ignorance. Excuse me.
He's an old ignorant fool. Yeah.
It's pure ignorance, and it bugs me all the time. Like it really does. Yeah. I'll never forget like friends that I not grew up with, but I went to college or whatever with, and the disrespect when I would say, I'm going to go on my lunch break, I'm going to go get some comics, or I'll bring a comic book and read it while they're chatting.
Yeah.
The disrespect was real.
Yeah.
But, I stood, I did mine, I just carried on. Here I am.
No, and as well as that, I always think that anybody who has an issue with a certain sector of creativity, it just always lets me know that you're not a creative person.
Yeah.
You can bash people who write comics or do TV shows or whatever, but then at the same time you watch TV, and there must be a part of you that seeks an outlet. You know what I mean? So, and half of the stuff that helps you have an escapist moment is, like you said, if someone writes a novel or fiction or this or that. Just because there's no pictures, you make pictures in your head. If just someone was more involved, be like, you know what would that look like while you were reading that? So it's just they've just put it together. But like, when anybody is just like cussing out comics or all of that, I'm like, you cussed us out before, but yet you man are all on the bandwagon now, saying that,
a lot of them are on the bandwagon now.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman's great. I'm like, fam, you don't even know what the number is on Star Trek, but yet you want to be watching 1-2 episodes saying that you like the ball. Piss off! Like, you man don't know nothing. Just stay in your lane. Stay with your books that don't have any pictures in it. That's great for you. Me, I don't even need the pictures, but the pictures just help me create more of a story in my mind anyway. So
the thing is,
it's just
the other thing is like, what was I gonna say? I don't like watching the news. because every time I go on the news, I can think of one time where I went on the news and saw good news. One time, it was in Channel 4 News, and they did a segment on this black kid who did art, and his art was going to be in an exhibition in a museum in central London somewhere. And I was like, wow, I was surprised. But every other time, it's like this person was stabbed, or this place was bombed, or
it's never good news.
This apartment building is burnt down. Do you get what I mean? It's never good news. There's so much crap, and you know what? There's nothing. And then you go to work. You live to basically make someone else rich. And you know what? Sometimes I might want to come and just escape, where a man in blue tights and a red cape is going to save a cat out of a tree. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that actually ever happens in the.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got a comic where that happens. Not where it happens, but like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the source wall's breaking down. Like, whoa, what's going to happen to the universe? That's some deep. That's deep. That's some nice. Hey,
thank you.
These people don't even know, man. Either they don't know, they don't show, or just don't care about what's going on in the Marvel and the DC universe.
Yes, there we go. Yes. Always be creative, no matter what you do. And
exactly.
In a child, it helps you be a better person. There we go.
Even that for when we get bigger and we're gonna have kids watching us and they want to go backtrack and watch our older episodes when this is an older episode. I'll say this to you kids that will eventually see this. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't be reading comic books or watching cartoons. Because first of all, don't let an adult tell you that. Because let me tell you a secret: adults write those cartoons and those comic books. Adults are drawing those comic books. They're not children. Children aren't making it. It doesn't make any sense.
There you go. There we go.
Speaking of writing and making stuff, Patty Jenkins says that DC should make more solo movies before Justice League 2.
I agree.
I think he's right.
I agree completely.
Definitely should be more solo films.
They still do it? Can they still do it?
Well, I mean, they're doing Shazam at the moment. This Joker film coming out soon. This Harley Quinn / Birds of Prey. Yeah, I think they should still do solo movies and see how that goes before they need to recast the Justice League as well. I mean, Superman and Batman at least.
Yeah.
Not at least. I feel like Wally West needs to be recast. He's not even Wally West. That's the thing. He's Barry Allen. He needs to be recast as well. I did not like him. I do not like him.
Yeah, I thought he was all right.
Nah, you don't know any better, Rich. I'm sorry, you don't. With all due respect.
Wow.
With all due respect, I love you like you were my own brother from birth. I've known you since I was born, but that guy is not Barry Allen. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's all right. When he starts chatting about Doctor Doom, you can cut him and be like,
yeah.
Well, that's the thing, you know. That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm talking about something that I know. I'm talking about something that I know, and Ezra Miller did not.
I thought
Grant Gustin is Barry Allen to me. He's doing that well, but.
So, what do you reckon, Isha? What do you think about that?
I mean, they should have done that ages ago. Like they should have just, if you wanted to say follow suit of Marvel and been like, all right, cool, we're a bit behind, but by the time we've got up to where they are, we would have been able to do Justice League on a bigger level and I think if they're gonna do solo movies, they now have to pick characters from the DC universe that are kind of unknown. So Shazam is unknown, and that kind of fits, that appeals to adults as well as children because
Captain Marvel
child, I mean, so that's a double whammy. They should have just done a solo Harley Quinn, whatever, and then a solo Birds of Prey. That would have made it better. They still need to redeem themselves on Catwoman because that was
that was not Catwoman. That was not Catwoman.
That was terrifying. That was horrible. There's a lot of other characters that they can actually pick out and do that are interesting. You know what I mean? Like having them come back would be actually good, or bringing in new ones would be good. But if they're gonna do it now, they have to be exceptional movies, or they have to do duo movies, like two people, like two superheroes together. Like they have to do duo movies because right now it's like all their chips are just laid out, and they're like, oh, okay, which one's the highest? It's like,
on what you just said there, I think that would be a good idea if DC did that, because they got Brave and the Bold comics where they team up two superheroes. They could do that where I don't know, we could have, as they've already got the casting there, I'm just using this as an example, we could have like the Flash and Cyborg, or we could have Wonder Woman, or they could do a Trinity movie.
They could do that. That would be better, actually.
And just things like that to kind of get the characters a bit more established, give them good storylines, a bit more character development, and then when they've done these kind of separate movies, because it's weird, they're talking about a second Justice League movie, but you're releasing Birds of Prey. Like, what are you doing?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like with what Marvel was doing, they were releasing Avengers movies. They were doing Captain America. They did Thor. They did Iron Man. And then they introduced Black Widow in an Iron Man movie and Hawkeye in a Thor movie. They were slowly building what they were trying to do. Hulk had his own movie. Yeah, Hulk had his own movie as well. Sorry, that was actually on last night. They did all these individual movies for these characters, and then they brought them together. They didn't do... Oh, God, could you imagine this? Captain America, the First Avenger. Iron Man 1. And then Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, my days.
And we would, I swear, as like Marvel heads, we would not have accepted that. I would have flown somewhere and been like, "What are you doing?"
Yes. And then after Captain America Civil War, then you want to do the Avengers movie.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, when you break it down like that, it's just so bad as well. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Well,
but that's what I'm like. You don't have to rush.
I think I think that's what they're going to start doing now, I reckon. I don't think they're going to come out with a big team-up movie anytime soon anyway. That definitely won't be happening. So I think they're going to do this Captain Marvel, Shazam.
No, Captain Marvel.
Shazam. You guys got robbed for that. But yeah, Shazam. I'm getting
you're not confused. It's that your true self is coming out. Is what it is. Don't fight it. Feel the power.
They're gonna do Shazam, and then they would have Wonder Woman coming out as well.
Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, and then I think they'll see how it goes. And after that, I reckon they'll recast Batman, because that's still, I don't know what's happening with that. Whether they're still having that coming out in another 2 years or so, but we ain't heard much from that.
2 years. We don't even have Man of Steel 2 yet, so God knows when Batman's coming out.
That's what happened. Yeah.
And I watched Man of Steel not that long ago. They were off to such a good start.
Yeah, it was a good start. I liked it.
Such a good start. And I remember watching that movie. I remember watching that movie and seeing like the Easter eggs for like Wayne Enterprises and then Luthor and then Lex Luthor's stuff, and it got you excited for what was to come. And then when you see what's to come, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Take it back. It ain't done yet.
No.
Anyways,
right, so we've got two more.
Okay, go ahead. Well, thank you for sticking in with us.
Yeah. Yes, it's a very long podcast today. Morbius is confirmed to come out in July 2020.
That upset me as well.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Disney hasn't bought Sony. Like, I keep forgetting. So when I hear this stuff, I'm like, what? Like, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do we even care for this Morbius movie? Do we?
No, really. Not at all. Not at all. But you know what? Excluding Rich, because but people are gonna go see this movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I will be.
Yeah, no, you're gonna say. I'm excluding you because it just goes without saying. But people are gonna go see this movie, and they're gonna make it money, and Sony's gonna be like, oh, okay, people want, and that's what it is. Like,
you calling me part of the problem?
Hey, you're not part of the solution, bro.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to bring my aloe vera out. Stop it!
I'm just saying, like, Sony has the rights to all the Spider-Man characters, and they are milking it. They are milking it for what it's worth. And these are movies that I feel do not need to be made at all. If it was like, how sick would it be if Marvel had everyone and they did a Blade and Morbius movie?
Yeah,
but we can't have that. We can't have that because, boy, that would be sick.
I'd only accept this movie if it was like the third movie in the like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie thing, like that. Like if it was made that way with like a sequel to the next of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, like, then that's fine. Cause I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Stick a little Morbius in there, and Miles Morales has grown up a bit. You know what I mean? Maybe him and Spider-Gwen had some babies, and Morbius comes and I don't know, takes him into some next mentioned vampire universe. Cool.
Yeah,
fine.
I would really hope that they would just stick to the animation and then leave the movie stuff to the Marvel guys.
Yeah, to Marvel.
Yeah,
it would have been nice. And I actually get worried about, because let's face it, I don't know if people want to accept this or even realize it, but Spider-Man is on loan to Disney.
Yeah.
He's on loan, and they can take him back. Keep supporting these movies. If we keep supporting these movies, they'll take him back. And be like, okay, you like this. We're now going to put Spider-Man in with these guys.
Yeah,
and we're back at square one. So yeah, we've got all the Avengers. We've got Blade back. We've got the Fantastic Four back. We've got the X-Men back. Everybody's home. No, Spider-Man's on loan actually. So yeah, you guys keep supporting that movie and see those movies and see what happens. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Keep supporting that.
Boycott.
All right. So last one. Titans season 2 will reportedly feature Deathstroke and Ravager.
I think it's safe to say that Titans is not part of the Arrowverse because we've got Deathstroke already. And they had a kind of a makeshift Ravager in that season. Whatever. But yo, I'm excited. Anytime I hear Deathstroke or Slade Wilson, that's my guy.
Yeah.
So
did you watch Titans, Isha?
Hell yeah. I was on my Netflix and I was like, alright, you know me. When it comes to DC, it's very rare I watch certain stuff. I was like, alright, you man have been reviewing the Titans quite well, and then the cartoon. I was like, alright, cool. Let me watch this, and I was like, you know, when you like people are saying by episode 6, I was like, yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. Starfire was the hotness. I was like, you better bring it, Starfire. Like, and then I was just I was a little bit not unhappy, but I was just a little bit like the Raven thing, because it just reminded me of when Fox did the Rogue thing, and I was like,
oh right, yeah,
like, it was going that way, but then I was like, oh no, she's there murking people, cool. It kind of redeemed her, so I was like, okay, cool, we'll get it. So no, I really liked it. I actually really liked it. So I cannot wait for season 2.
Nice.
I'm excited. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I thought it was a really good season. It was it kind of introduced everyone. I know people are not happy about it not actually introducing that actual Titan team, but I think it did pretty well in introducing the world of Titans, and it kind of got us to say, look, this is something different. We're keeping things, but they kept things relatively faithful in a sense, that it's not on the lines of CW or or the Gotham, the people who do Gotham. It's something totally different, they're going that extra way to make it, extra not explicit to just to make it explicit, but just to say, this is a darker version of what you're seeing already.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a good little thing. I was like, nice. Put that on my list.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm with it. I like Titans. I look forward to seeing season 2 and characters progressions that I want to see. Obviously, Dick become Nightwing.
Yeah.
I don't think Jason. Do you know what I think will happen? I don't think Jason Todd is gonna last.
Yeah.
I give him 2 because from what I'm gathering from like Young Justice and like recent comics, it's like he wasn't Robin for that long.
Yeah.
If you were to give him a time frame, it was like a year to 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna kill him off, and then we'll get Tim Drake afterwards. I think we're definitely getting Tim Drake in the show, and the idea of the thought of this is like what excites me about this show is that I know what happens in DC, or to a degree knows what happens in DC.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see this in live action but on the Titan side of it, like the teens.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Same.
For this show.
Okay, so that's it for episode 50. Issue 50.
It was a long one.
It was a long one.
It was.
Thanks for.
Issue 50, so it kind of needs to be.
Yeah.
It was issue 50, so we had to come real fat, real hard, and real long.
Yeah. That is a great pun that we will not elaborate on today.
Yeah, we won't. But thanks for joining us and listening. Catch us again next week for episode 51. Catch us if you want on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yeah.
I'll just say
this audio version will be up tonight, so you should get it in the midnights of tonight or tomorrow morning, and you can listen to us again if you like and share us.
Yeah, I'll also say that for our individual Instagrams, I might be a bit silent because people are posting Kingdom Hearts 3 spoilers, and I don't have my copy yet, so I might be very quiet, but these guys, Isha and Rich, will be on the socials, and you can talk to them there.
Yes.
Yay!
So, see you guys next week.
Live long and prosper.
Hey,
peace out, everybody.
Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Don't forget to, I almost forgot to say it.
No, you stole my one, so I'm stealing yours. So, peace out.
Peace out, everyone.